Hello students, today's topic is supplements of our food, which includes roughage and water. Roughage in general called as fibers. Remember that fibers does not provide energy to our body, but they are an important part of our food. These fibers come from food, so they are termed as dietary fibers. Dietary fibers are also termed as roughage. They come from plants. Walls of the plant cells are made up of cellulose. Cellulose is a complex carbohydrate, and this cellulose cannot be digested by our digestive system. The function of these fibers are they form the bulk of our food and helps in the movement of food along the alimentary canal. They retain the water in the alimentary canal and improves and corrects the large intestinal disorders. The most important function of these fibers is they prevent constipation or indigestion. Sources of roughage are all the plant sources: fruits, roots, vegetables, salads, corn cob, seed coats, etc. Next, water. Water is an important part of our food. Water is not a food in itself, but it is an essential part of our food. We can live without food for a few days, but not without water. Water is the most important requirement for life. One should take at least 3 to 4 liters of water per day. Our body is nearly 70% of water. Some important functions of water are: water makes the food soft and pulpy and helps in movement through the alimentary canal. Water is required to transport digested food, and also remember that our blood contains 85% of water. Digested food, certain enzymes and hormones are carried by water. And also water helps in the removal of waste from the body in the form of urination and sweat. Water keeps the skin moist, and water keeps the body cool and maintains the normal body temperature. Our normal body temperature is 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit or 37 degrees centigrade. Next, balanced diet. The food that we eat during the whole day is called a diet. A balanced diet is one which includes all the necessary nutrients in sufficient quantity to meet the needs of our body. We eat different kinds of food during a day, such as cereals, pulses, vegetables, meat, fish, milk, eggs and fruits. If you observe, no single food item can provide all the essential nutrients to make our diet complete. So, to make a balanced diet, we should include food from all the food groups in our daily meals. A balanced diet should meet the necessary requirements of our body in respect to carbohydrates, proteins, fats and oils, vitamins and minerals, and also it should include sufficient roughage and water. The composition of the balanced diet depends upon the sex, age group and their activities. A balanced diet of a growing children, that is your diet should contain more protein rich foods than the diet of a grown up man, because you are growing very fast and these proteins help in the growth of the body. And also you require more minerals such as calcium and phosphorus for the formation of bones, organs and tissues. And also a balanced diet of a man doing hard physical work, that is in the case of a farmer, is different from another man who is doing normal work, say a computer engineer. So a farmer should need more nutrients such as carbohydrates, vitamins and minerals in his diet than the other man doing normal work. Now in this slide you can observe the balanced diet chart and the amount of food which we need daily according to the age group, and also different sources, different components of the food and their sources. Now deficiency diseases. A person may be getting enough food to eat, but sometimes the food may not contain a particular nutrient. This is called as malnutrition. If this continues over a long period of time, the person may suffer from its deficiency. So the diseases that occur due to the lack of nutrients over a long period are called as deficiency diseases. Remember that deficiency diseases are not transmitted from one person to the other. These deficiency diseases, example, first one, protein malnutrition. You can observe a sick child in this slide. He is suffering from protein malnutrition. This disease is called as kwashiorkor. Here you can observe the child is having stunted growth and he is having swollen legs, ankles and belly. And you can also see that his hair and skin, discoloration in his hair and skin, and also they suffer from anemia, that is shortage of blood. So they should take protein rich food like nuts, milk, eggs, meat, fish and beans. Next, in this slide you can observe a man and his son suffering from carbohydrate and protein malnutrition. This disease is called as marasmus. The characteristic feature of marasmus is you can observe, you can count the ribs of the person who is suffering from marasmus. Generally they have lean muscles, weak bones, rough skin, and also they suffer from mental retardation. They should be given both protein and carbohydrate rich food. Example, milk, fish, eggs, meat, starch and sugars and beans. Now last, obesity. Here obesity means some people eat food all the time. They are not easily satisfied, means they are taking excess amount of food and they don't do any physical exercise. This results in obesity. So taking of excessive food and lack of physical exercise results in obesity. And now obesity is a burning problem for our country. 60% of the children below 15 years are suffering from obesity. Obesity leads to high blood pressure and other heart related problems. So in order to control obesity, their diet they should not take sugars and fats, and also they should do regular exercises.